Our other type of graph today is called a box and whisker plot because we have this box and then we have two whiskers coming off of it. So taking a look at this, ages of people at the Lakers game. There are 4 questions that I want you to try to answer. How old was the oldest person at the game? Write your number down for me. I will also say if it helps. So these are the other numbers. So how old do you think the oldest person is? Write down a number. Age of the youngest person at the game. Write down a number. How old do you think is the youngest player? What was the range of ages at the game? Write down a number. What do you think the median or the middle age was at the game? Write down a number for me. So we're going to jump into some vocab first, and then we'll go back and we'll check those answers. So you guys already have this on your paper. This number right here, this dot, this is called the lower extreme. The line at the furthest left part of the box, this is called the lower quartile. The line that is in between the 2 boxes, this is going to be our median. Okay, it's not always necessarily the middle of the graph, guys, but it's the middle number based on the data set. This part of the box is the upper quartile. And this part of the whisker is called the upper extreme. So there are 5 different parts to a box and whisker plots. Something else. So this is known as the first quarter. Okay, this whisker. The first part of the box is known as quarter 2. This part of the box from the median to the upper quartile is going to be quarter 3. And this part of the whisker is going to be quarter 4. We're going to use this to help us answer those questions at the beginning. So what was the age of the oldest person at the game? So that is going to be right here. Okay. Oh, sorry. Let's put some numbers back in again. Okay. We said this was the lower part. This is the upper part. Give you a second to write that down. Okay. Let's see here. So this line, this is my median. Okay, just pull on some of that vocab that we just wrote down. So how old is the oldest person at the game? So my graph, guys, goes from here to here. So my oldest person is 45 years old. Okay, because the graph stops here. This is not a part of it. It's where does the graph stop? And this whisker is part of the graph. So what was the age of the youngest person at the game? Well, that's going to be at my lower part. So my smallest number on the graph is 10. What was the range of ages at the game? So 45 minus 10, my biggest to my smallest. We had a range of 35 years at the basketball game. What was the median middle age? Here's my median, okay? It's always going to be that line in the box. So my median is coming down here. I would say that's 22 or 23 years old. Out of curiosity, stop and think, did you guess any of these correct? Because these questions is what I had you try to guess up here. So did anybody have all of those correct? If you did, nice job. If not, that's okay. What was the lowest to highest ages for the first quarter? So remember how we said this was quarter one, the box is quarter two, the box is quarter three, and the box is quarter four. So what's the lowest age for the first quarter? Here's the first quarter. First quarter goes from 10 to 15. First quarter is just this line. So I don't know if this helps or not. So here is first quarter. So I am going from 10 to 15. Okay, here was first quarter. This is what my ages were. What if we want, so third quarter, what is my lowest? What is my highest? Third quarter goes from here to here. What are those numbers? My lowest is again 22 or 23. 2, I would say 36. Okay, from here to here, those are the numbers that we're looking for. So again, we're just pulling information off these graphs. Okay, we're gonna look at one more box and whisker plot. We're gonna look at tornadoes. The double box and whisker plot represents the number of tornadoes per month for a year for 2 states. We've got Indiana and we have Kansas. Which state's number of tornadoes are more spread out? So Indiana or Kansas, who has more tornadoes that are spread out? Hopefully you said Kansas, because Kansas is going from 4 until 27 versus Indiana goes from 0 to 14. Definitely not as many. Which state had the most tornadoes within the year? Again, that would be Kansas, because we're going from 4 to 27. Okay. Oh, so sorry. Set that up correctly. So we'd be looking at 27 minus 4. Kansas has 23 tornadoes versus Indiana, we're at 14 minus 0. Indiana's only having 14. So you can look at it by just looking at it, but you can also calculate it that Kansas is having a lot more tornadoes. It's more spread out than Indiana, based on this box and whisker plot.